Maple Leafs suffer tough home loss, Murray takes responsibility for defeat to Capitals. Toronto Maple Leafs goaltender Matt Murray didn't shy away from taking responsibility after the team's loss to the Washington Capitals on Saturday night. He acknowledged that his performance cost the team a potential win at Scotiabank Arena, where the Leafs suffered a tough 5-2 defeat. The night started with optimism following a solid victory against the Detroit Red Wings on Friday, but it ended in frustration and lessons to be learned. The Leafs looked to be in control early. Just 3:14 into the game, captain John Tavares opened the scoring with his 18th goal of the season. Fans at Scotiabank Arena were energized, and the team seemed confident. However, that early lead quickly evaporated when Andrew Mangiapane tied the game less than 2 minutes later, a goal that Murray and many Leafs fans would like to have back. Mangiapane's play, while skillful, seemed stoppable. Murray was well-positioned but failed to drop his pad to the ice in time, leaving a perfect opening for the Capitals forward to slide the puck through. That goal was a precursor to what would be a challenging night for the Leafs netminder. Murray was given the nod to start on Saturday, with Joseph Woll resting after an impressive performance the night before against Detroit. Unfortunately, the decision to rely on Murray didn't pay off. He conceded 3 more goals before Alex Ovechkin, the perennial Leafs tormentor, added an empty netter to seal the win for Washington. After the game, Murray was candid in his assessment. He noted that the Capitals' 4th goal, an unlikely deflection off Tom Wilson's pants, was the dagger that sealed the Leafs' fate. "We had a lot of good things in the game. We were right there. But that 4th goal was a real heartbreaker for us. I'm not even sure how it went in, deflected off something, I think I lost it at the last second," Murray admitted during his post-game interview. The goaltender also acknowledged that after a long layoff, his timing isn't where it needs to be. He admitted he needs to track pucks faster and is working to get back to his peak form. "Well, I know I need to be better. It starts with me. I know what I'm capable of, and I need to prove it every game," Murray said with determination. The Maple Leafs, now navigating an uneven stretch at home, face a dilemma. While their offense often shines, defensive lapses and inconsistency in goal have been persistent issues. Although Murray has shown flashes of brilliance earlier this season, nights like this one highlight the need for continued improvement. The Leafs fanbase, always passionate and demanding, expects more from the team and from veteran players like Murray. Still, there's hope he can regain his form. In past seasons, Murray has proven capable of elevating his game in crucial moments. The question now is whether he can do so in the blue and white jersey. John Tavares, who scored the opening goal of the night, also spoke after the game. "It's frustrating because we know what we're capable of. We had some good moments in the game, but we need to be consistent for the full 60 minutes. Everyone needs to look in the mirror and find ways to improve," the captain said, echoing the sentiment of the locker room. The loss to the Capitals isn't just a statistic, it's a reminder of the work that still needs to be done. For a team with playoff ambitions and championship aspirations, small mistakes can snowball into significant problems. The Leafs know they need to address these details to compete with the league's best. With the season entering a critical stretch, the upcoming games will be crucial in determining the team's direction. For Matt Murray, it's a chance to redeem himself and show why he was brought to Toronto. For the Leafs as a whole, it's time to rally, fix their mistakes, and prove they're legitimate contenders. The next game will be another test of resilience. Leafs fans are hoping for a strong response, and all eyes will be on Matt Murray. As a goaltender, he knows he has the power to make the difference, whether for better or worse. The coaching staff is also under scrutiny after this loss. Sheldon Keefe made the controversial decision to start Murray instead of Woll, and while it's easy to criticize in hindsight, the move underscores the team's challenge of finding stability in goal. Keefe defended the decision, stating that giving Murray the start was about managing workloads and trusting his experience. However, he emphasized the need for everyone to improve collectively. One bright spot in the game was the play of Mitch Marner, who consistently created offensive opportunities and nearly set up a game-tying goal in the 3rd period. Marner's speed and creativity remain crucial assets for the Leafs, but even his best efforts weren't enough to overcome the defensive struggles. Defensively, the Leafs looked out of sync at key moments. Communication breakdowns and turnovers allowed the Capitals to capitalize on their chances. Players like Morgan Rielly and Timothy Liljegren will need to step up in upcoming games to provide the defensive stability the team desperately needs. This loss also highlighted the importance of goaltender confidence. When a netminder struggles, it can have a ripple effect on the entire team. The Leafs appeared hesitant in their defensive zone, perhaps overcompensating for Murray's struggles. Restoring trust and cohesion between the goalie and the skaters will be critical moving forward. For Murray, The path to redemption is clear but challenging. With Wall emerging as a reliable option, Murray's margin for error is shrinking. He must seize every opportunity to prove he can be the dependable veteran presence the Leafs need as the season progresses. The Leafs' schedule doesn't get any easier, with upcoming matchups against top-tier opponents. These games will test the team's resilience and ability to bounce back from adversity. A strong performance in the next game could go a long way in restoring confidence and momentum. In the long term, this game could serve as a turning point for Murray and the Leafs. Whether it becomes a wake-up call or just another frustrating chapter will depend on how the team responds. Leafs fans are hoping for the former, and the next few weeks will reveal whether this team is truly ready to contend. The pressure is now squarely on Matt Murray's shoulders as he looks to rebound from this setback. He knows that in a market like Toronto, the expectations are sky-high, and any misstep is met with intense scrutiny. Murray's ability to shake off the mistakes from the Washington game will be a true test of his mental toughness and professionalism. The Leafs are at a critical juncture, and they need him to step up. In Toronto, the spotlight is always on the goaltender, and with the team's playoff aspirations hanging in the balance, Murray has to deliver. It's not just about saving pucks, it's about making the timely stops that turn the tide of a game. The Leafs' high-powered offense can only do so much if they can't rely on their goalie to make crucial saves in big moments. The back-to-back games against Detroit and Washington were a reminder of how demanding the NHL schedule can be. The Leafs did well to secure the win against Detroit, but the loss to Washington was an example of how quickly things can unravel. The Capitals capitalized on every mistake, and Murray was left to face the consequences. Such is the nature of the game, where one mistake can lead to a snowball effect. Fans are hoping that this loss will be a learning experience rather than a sign of things to come. The Leafs have the talent, the depth, and the potential to compete at the highest level, but they need to find consistency in their game. They've shown flashes of brilliance, but games like this one are the ones that leave fans wondering if they're truly ready for the pressure of the postseason. One of the ongoing questions for the Leafs will be how they handle the goalie situation going forward. Wall has been solid when called upon, and many fans are starting to wonder if he might be the better option as the team's number one. The decision to start Murray in this back-to-back was understandable, but it's becoming clear that Murray will need to perform better to hold off the rising competition from Wall. Defensively, the Leafs also have a lot of work to do. While Murray's performance wasn't up to par, the defensive breakdowns in front of him didn't help matters. Turnovers, miscommunication, and poor coverage allowed the Capitals to capitalize on opportunities. The team's defensive cohesion needs to improve drastically if they want to be a serious contender. Toronto has the tools to succeed, but they need to find the right balance between offense, defense, and goaltending. They have a potent forward group that can score with the best of them, but when the defensive zone breaks down or the goaltender falters, it becomes difficult to sustain any kind of momentum. There's no room for error when facing the top teams in the league.